Hi everybody, this is Denise at purplepaperparadise.com, and right now we are looking at my brand new Purpleberry eCraft. I'm really excited to start testing out this machine, and I want to start testing cardstocks and find out the correct settings, as in pressure, your tab density, and your tab width to use with these cardstocks using the most intricate images that are available right now. The images that I'm going to be using are on the Fundamentals 1 card that came with the machine. Right now the software is not available for me to test with. When the software is available, I can definitely do some more intricate shapes and things with that, but until then we pretty much are limited to what's available on this card. So the first paper that I'm going to be testing is the Papertrey ink cardstock. This is a 120-pound paper. This is probably the heaviest cardstock that I'm aware of. It's a great weight, and it really makes a lot. So I'm really hoping that the eCraft will cut this really well. So let's go ahead and load in our paper. Okay, now I have the pressure set at 8 from reading some other posts online. It seems like the heavier the paper, higher the pressure, just like we're used to in other cutting machines. I'm going to just go in and double check that I do have my tab density setting at 1 and my tab width setting at 1. This is the lowest tab setting available aside from no tabs, which is pretty much you only want to use for vinyl. So we're going to start testing with these lower tab settings, and if we cannot get a clean cut on these lower tabs, then we will go ahead and start increasing the tabs to see where we can start to get a real nice clean cut. So that's where we're at here. Oops. I'm still trying to get used to all this with the machine. Okay. So the image that we are going to be cutting is this tree image. This image has been cut a lot online because with all the little branches that poke out of it, it seems like this is probably one of the most intricate, if not the most intricate shape on this card. So we are going to go ahead and change the size on this down to as low as it'll go, which is 3 inches. Our multi-cut is set at 1, and we're going to go ahead and hit cut. Now the clicking noise that you hear is the machine putting the tabs in, is from what we can kind of gather. We may get some more scientific information about that from Craftwell in the future, but that's kind of what everybody is kind of determined on their own. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what happened with this cut. Okay, it's not a great cut, but it's not bad either. And I would have to say, since this is kind of an intricate shape, that this is probably the setting that we would want to use for the most part with Papertrey ink cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and get this piece out of here, and we're going to go ahead and try and cut this with some higher tabs just to see what happens. The other thing I want everyone to know is that Tom Meeks over at the Creed and Cut blog determined that there is an issue when you need to cut with the grain in certain papers. And I did cut with the grain, and by the grain it means putting the grain of the paper into the machine like this. And in this paper the grain is going like this. If I put it in this way, we might get a not so great cut. So we're going to try that too. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and try and increase the tabs. And I just want to see if I can give you a good shot of this tree here. I will post pictures of this on my blog as well, so that you can get an even better view of it. But really, considering how thick this paper is, not bad. I have been able to get some decent cuts with Papertrey ink on my Cricut Expression, but usually nothing too intricate. So let's see here. Let's go back and we're going to change our tab settings. Okay, we're going to try the tab setting, a density of 1 and a width of 2, and see what that does. So we're going to go ahead and go back to our tree image and hit cut again. Now, if this does not give us a better cut, then we know that the tab, increasing the size and density of the tabs probably isn't going to improve our cuts at all. And that we may just have the best setting available for this paper, using a pressure of 8, tab density of 1, and a tab width of 1. So let's take a look here. And I would have to say that this is probably not that much different. And actually maybe even a little bit better. I'm going to say, yeah, it's a little bit better than the other ones. So what I think I'm going to do now is, because since we only changed the width of the tabs and we didn't change the density, I'm going to go ahead and increase the width of the tabs as well, leave the density alone, and we'll see what kind of cut that gives us. But yeah, some of these little branches here on this little tree are kind of hard to get out here, but I'm trying to force it just so I can give you a good idea of what this looks like. But this actually wasn't too bad at all. So there's that. And I will post better pictures of this on my blog. It's a little hard to see in this video camera.